Anybody else out here having a tough week? Or is it just me? First 2 days this week, no volume, no volatility. And then you have today, which is Thursday, and we just open up and sell off like 40 points off rip, which if you got in on, congratulations, but I did not get in on that. As you can see below me right now, I had 2 entries today. The first setup I took today wasn't really even a setup. It was just a forced long. And then the second trade was actually a good entry, but I kind of folded with my exits. And as always, I'm going to walk you guys through the live recording and my face cam. Real quick before I begin this trade recap, if you guys like these videos, subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. And also, if you guys want to connect with other order flow traders, join my Discord in my description. Start off with some context for today. My plan was revolving around the buyers from yesterday, from 6-135 to about 6-142. So my original plan for today was to watch that area to see if buyers were going to appear there. And I wanted to play long, targeting 6-158 to 6-160. I also had a bearish scenario where we swept the overnight highs, which was right around 6-160. That would offer as a place to look for sellers to play short. Like I already mentioned, my first trade was definitely forced. We opened up and we sold off like 12 points roughly into that area that I was talking about, which represented the buyers from yesterday. So this is where I force a long setup. And what I just told you, my plan was I wanted to see if significant buying appeared here to play long. But instead of waiting for significant buying to appear, I just got long pretty much impulsively. So I skipped ahead right before I take a long entry. And you guys can see there is nothing telling me at this moment that significant buying is entering the market. This setup should have just been completely avoided, and I should have sat on my hands until I saw something that actually stuck out to me. Yes, it was lined up with my plan, but I definitely did not execute it properly. So you're gonna see me kind of impulsively enter when price starts moving up right here. And I obviously get stopped out of this trade, but once again, there's nothing in this area that's really saying strong buying is happening here. So that's why this trade was bad, and I paid for it. It was a 3-point loss for $300 on 20 contracts. After that, price just sold off for like, I think 40 points total. All right, so the next trade I took was actually good. The entry at least was good. To explain what happened, so yes, that level from yesterday's buyers broke, but what I noticed in this case was significant buying. The most significant buying of the session came in right around where the trend line from the last few weeks was. And on top of that, it lined up with a demand zone that I had that starts at like 6-109. At this moment, I am waiting for a pullback to get long. And the pullback was where those buyers initiated, which I then see a little bit of a CVD divergence, just showing me that buying is remaining in the market. So I got long for 20 contracts and my stop loss was right below the low. Yeah, this trade ends up working out almost immediately after I entered, which is a great sign. And what I was targeting was, I was targeting 10 points first, which was like right above this little high. And then my next target was going to be 6-134, which lined up with VWAP. I already mentioned that I actually was kind of unhappy with my exits on this trade. Conservatively took half off right at that, around that high for 10-point profit. That's fine with me. I think I actually got roughly 8 points out of it. Then my next target is right at 61.34, but I moved it down to 61.30. But what I was really targeting was VWAP with that last half. I'm gonna show you guys why. All right, so the reason why I was unhappy with my exits on this trade was because at this area right around 26 to 27, we can see buyers are getting absorbed here, and these orders right around 61.30, I was betting on them filling, but they never got filled. So what we see right here is significant effort failing to move price through these orders. And as soon as I seen this, I should have at least taken 5 off. And my gut in this moment was actually telling me to get out, but I didn't like that because I felt like it was more of an emotional response. And to be honest with you, I wasn't paying attention to this delta right here. I was just being patient, and my mindset for this trade was TP or stop out, because I really don't like cutting trades early. But in hindsight, I should have definitely viewed this as a red flag. You can see the delta right here on the DOM, and then you can see this spike in the CVD, but price does not want to fill these orders. After I had that urge to take the position off, we get a sell-off back down to my entry, and I stopped out the last 50% for break even. So that is how the day went. This week has been tough to trade for me. I really cannot be upset about the way I've been trading this week until I see a day where there's an excessive amount of trades that are just losers. Like, this is honestly an example. This was definitely not the worst of the worst, but this is an example of a day that I do not want to have. And this week, it was very easy to have a day like that. So if you guys have been able to preserve your capital this week, even make a little bit of money, honestly, you should be happy with yourself, because Tuesday and Wednesday were just trash morning session. It's definitely easy for me to get frustrated with this type of performance for the week just because I don't have any profit really. But the thing is, as soon as I hit one full-size win, my P&L on that trade will be like 12 to 1400, maybe even a little more. So it's like, as long as I survive, as long as I preserve my capital until that opportunity comes, then I have nothing to really be upset about. Just to show you guys my balance, that I'm being completely honest and transparent with this whole journey, I guess you could say. My balance is 3,000. Today we had a profit of $75. I know TradeZella says 100 something, but TradeZella does not account for the fees. If you guys know how to put the fees in TradeZella, let me know. But yeah, full transparency, account's still at 3,000, which once again, I can't complain, because at the first of the month, that account was at $500. So the fact that I've 6x'd my money in the last 3 weeks is nothing to be complaining about. All that matters to me is that I'm following my process, I'm following my strategy. And you can see I've definitely made mistakes this week. There is no doubt that I made mistakes this week, but even with the mistakes, my account is not looking bad at all, according to me. If you guys like these videos, please give my channel a subscribe. Obviously like the video, and feel free to join the order flow Discord, where we have a bunch of order flow traders that use different methods and different styles. It's nice to see everyone bounce ideas off each other. So with all that, I will catch you guys in the next video.